Thanks very much, Gustavo, and thank you very much for the nice welcome. We're delighted to be here today to celebrate the conclusion and the success of the ERICA project. For industriAll-Europe, we've been proud to be part of this European project, which we see as a real added addition, added value to our strong European social dialogue in the tanning and leather sector with COTANCE. And obviously for trade unions, this is a vital topic, a vital project, because for us, real social dialogue at regional, at national and at European level is vital in order to ensure not just positive industrial relations, but a constant improving situation in terms of the working environment, in terms of terms and conditions for our members and for workers across Europe. So as such, we were really pleased that we were able to put together this joint project and to undertake a collection and an analysis of collective agreements, because for us, collective agreements are really the fruit of real negotiations with benefits both for employers and for the workforce. The European tanning and leather sector employs today about 30,000 workers, and these are skilled workers. They're extremely good at what they do. And we are proud as trade unions representing these workers of the technical know-how and the craftsmanship that we have in Europe. We're keen to maintain a thriving European tanning and leather industry, and knowing how important this industry is for certain individual regions, we see our collective agreements as a key tool in ensuring that future of the industry, ensuring the quality of the industry in Europe. Collective bargaining for us and collective agreements are key for defining fair wages, good working conditions. We also strongly believe in ensuring that there's transparency and stability in the industrial relations system to ensure that there's really a strong dialogue between workers, their trade unions and employers. Obviously for us, organising the workforce is a key objective. Therefore, today's presentation and the creation of the repository of collective agreements as part of this ERICA project, and with all of the information available, not only in the language of the country in which the agreements were concluded, but also in English to allow comparison and exchange. This is really important because sharing best practice is vital in order to learn from each other, to see what innovations are going on in different parts of the industry in different parts of Europe, and try to lift all ships to the best practice level. But we also see, and I'm delighted that my sister from our international sister organization, industriAll Global, is here, Christina. Because we also see that this tool has a vital role outside Europe as well, hopefully inspiring negotiators elsewhere in the world also to improve the working conditions and the terms and conditions in the industry more globally. So we have an incentive in Europe domestically to see the improvement of our industry, but we also see that broader industrial agenda to improve the working conditions of workers elsewhere around the world. Now, we all know we're still sitting on online webinars. We know that the COVID pandemic has really fundamentally changed how we work in Europe. It's had many impacts on our industry over the last few years, and not least on this project. But it's really testament to the hard work which has been done by both secretariats, that we've managed to conclude the project, conduct the national workshops, and to have a successful outcome to develop this common tool. And it doesn't stop there. Last week, the European Commission published the proposal for the transition pathway for the textiles ecosystem, which includes the tanning and leather sector, obviously as part of that broader textiles ecosystem, and looks at the transition, the digital and the green transition that we're facing in the wake and in the context of the COVID-19 pandemic and all the other uncertainties that we face in our economy and in our region at the moment. For us, quality social dialogue, strong collective agreements are a fundamental pillar within a successful transition pathway. So we really hope that working on the basis of this common project, we'll be able to feed in some of the best practices and some of the examples that we've identified into the development of that European transition pathway, because we know that in order to deal with the transitions that we face as an industry, we have to be able to anticipate change. And to anticipate change, we need a framework around what we call in the trade union movement just transition, the involvement of workers, collective bargaining, strong collective agreements to manage that change. So with that, I just wanted to place this project in the broader picture of the work that we're doing in industriAll-Europe. Our relations with COTANCE are very important. I'd like to thank all of the organisations who've been involved, from industriAll, our affiliates, from COTANCE's side. But my last words, if you allow me, are really to say three particular thank yous. First of all, I would like to say an enormous thank you to Patrizia Petronacci, who has been working on behalf of industriAll-Europe to coordinate this project, has put in an awful lot of work to mobilize our affiliates around this and has done a great job. And obviously, thank you also to Gustavo and to Catherine from COTANCE, our faithful social partners on the other side of the table. We look forward to continuing this excellent cooperation, and I'm looking forward to hearing the rest of the debate this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Judith. That was very, very kind of you. And I know that in spite of today having a typical Brussels day, rainy, gray, etc., you have a lot of commitments today, so you're going to remain with us for a while, but then you're going to head for a meeting that you have with all your colleagues. And thank you very much for being with us today, this morning. Thank you. Now let's give the floor to my chairman, Mr. Manuel Rios, president of COTANCE. Can I give you the floor, Manuel?
Thanks, Gustavo. Good morning, and thanks, Judith. Good morning also to all social partners, panelists, and participants to this final conference of the RICA project. I am particularly happy to open this conference because it presents something concrete, a useful tool for the sector, a resource that helps both employers and workers, representatives in our European tanning industry. And I am glad because it is another good result of the social sectoral dialogue between COTANCE and industriAll. Together, we are able to do important things for our members. If 2 years ago we jointly presented the second social and environmental report of our industry, here I would like to stop a moment because I think we should all remember together that these past 2 years has been, let's say, so special for everybody. 2 years ago, we started this COVID that I think has changed the use and manners of working for all of us. I think thanks that this is nearly over, but we have started this 2022 with new, let's say, realities. From the human point of view, I would like to remember the disaster we are all facing with the Ukraine situation. And from the business point of view, I would say, for both employers and workers, I would like to remember that this year has started with special difficulties for all of us, with inflation, which is a problem which we all have, and we had forgotten it for many years. And we have high costs, everybody, personal and the companies, with energy, logistics, raw materials, many things. I think that it's something that we shouldn't forget, and we all need to be responsible and have in mind. Today we are going to, continuing with the project, today we are going to launch a common data bank that contains the collective agreements and labor laws applicable in our sector. We have here 7 from 1,000 countries, 8 with the United Kingdom as observer, sharing and keeping updated a sectoral acquis whose content will assist collective bargaining for the good of the tanning industry. With projects like this, the European tanning sector demonstrates with simplicity, but with work, but not without pride, the level of social maturity it has reached. A European future for what we are indeed in many parts of the world. Perhaps this conference will bring some public attention to the values of our industry. In the 2 panels, we will talk about training and skills and sustainability, which are very topical issues in our sector. I hope that young people in schools and public authorities in charge of education will listen to us. Finally, this project has produced some great communication material in 8 different languages. We should use it as much as possible to show that the European tanning sector is vibrant, innovative, and sustainable industry. I wish you, all of you, a very good conference. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you very much.